Welcome to Littleton Common. I'm Barbara McRae. You know, Mark Crory always teases me because I mention the weather each month. I can't help it because it deserves mentioning, especially this year. For example, what happened to May? Were you freezing? Were you wet and cold? Warm? Confused? I think we are a month off. March is April, and April is May. We are going into June and July, folks, and we may be in for some more surprises, so just keep your raincoats and mittens handy. It's time to sign up for the Senior Citizen Property Tax Work-Off Program. The first day for sign-up is July 1st, and the last day is July 15th. Sign-up hours at the Council on Aging are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. If you've been using the program, you'll need to bring an ID to verify your age. Sorry that we're going to do this, but we're old enough we can tell our age. If you're new to the program, you'll need to bring 2 government IDs. Do you have any questions? Please call the Council on Aging office at 978-540-2470 and they will try to help you. Make your reservation to attend the New York Life Seminar on Financial Solutions Thursday, June 9th at 12:45 p.m. in room 230. Mr. Edward Awizio will speak on ways to generate guaranteed income for life without stock market risk. Ho, ho, let's hope. Rules on countable and non-countable assets for medical planning, the pros and cons of long-term care, and much, much more. The senior broadcaster has the complete list of subjects that will be discussed at this seminar, so read that, please. But again, you must call the Council on Aging for reservations, and that's 540-2470. The Friends of the Council on Aging hosted a luncheon on May 10th for the many very appreciated volunteers who help us here at the Council on Aging. It was held in the Fargo Room at Neshoba Technical High School, and the meal was served by the Neshoba Tech Culinary Department. We have used them before, and we really, really loved their food and loved what they did. We were entertained by Justin Mayer Trio, who came to us from Indian Hill Music Center. So all in all, it was a wonderful day. Wonderful food, wonderful friends, and fabulous music. Volunteer and see what we do next year. More music and more fun on May 19th when the council hosted a potluck lunch at the Senior Diner. Music is Love was presented by Dawn and Dick, and they entertained us by playing the piano and singing show tunes. 40 people brought 40 delicious main dishes, salads, and desserts. And we hope to have more of these in the future. Right now, let's go to Gail Dalton to hear what she has to say about what's going on at the diner.
Well, hello, Barbara. Let's welcome June. Hopefully, the rain will stop and we'll have flowers, and it'll be 80 degrees every day, and I'll listen to everybody complain about how hot it is, and oh my goodness, and I'll tell you guys all to be quiet, okay? Let's enjoy the weather, because who knows, it could rain all summer long, so let's enjoy the weather. Okay, now June 8th will be the birthday lunch for everybody who was born in the month of June. Please come down and get your cake that Minuteman Senior Services provide, the COA, and they provide the free lunch, and the COA provides the cake, so come on down. June 9th will be the ladies' breakfast, so come down and all the men will make a great breakfast. June 15th will be the men's breakfast. June 16th, it will be Minuteman's having a special. It's the Father's Day special. It's going to be a nice pot roast. That's going to be on the 16th. So come on down, sign up for that, early for that, because usually a lot of people fill up, so I want to make sure everyone gets their Father's Day meal. And the 16th will also be the last day for Terry's Stretch and Flex class for the summer, and then she'll resume back in September. And also, please, I've been having, it's great, my numbers are going up, people are coming in for lunch, I really appreciate it, but I really would like for everyone to call the day ahead so I can call my caterer to make sure I have enough. I always have frozen meals here for people that walk in, but I really feel bad for people that really want a meal and they can't have what's on the menu because we ran out. So just make sure you call the day before. You can even call after 12, and I can always call my caterer to make sure they get an extra meal, okay? So I hope to see everybody in June in wearing shorts and sandals. I'll be working on my tan.
Why don't you come in and use the diner for lunch? Bring a friend or two. Let's make our diner the place to meet and greet. And guess what? Lunch is only $2. Louise Curley's Wellness Program is conducted every Tuesday in room 230 from 10 to 12. Wellness counseling is available at all of these clinics, so drop in. Dr. Gregorian will be in room 233 for a podiatry clinic on July 12th. No clinic in June, so mark the July calendar with that date, July 12th, 9:30 to 1 p.m. The payment is $25, but remember, you have to call 978-540-2470 to make an appointment. No walk-ins. Do you know anyone who is living alone and doesn't know where to go? Please bring them to Tina Mader's Living Alone Support Group on Thursday, June 16th at 10:30 a.m. in room 230. But you have to call Tina at 540-2472 and let her know you're coming, because we don't want anyone to be alone. Bring someone, maybe from the Living Alone group, to our movie of the month. If you need to laugh, June 23rd is the day we will make sure you do just that. A comedy is on the schedule. Join us at 1 p.m. in, guess where, room 230. Where else? Most of our most used activities room. Snacks and laughs on Thursday, June 23rd. Every Friday, there is bingo at the Senior Diner, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We have some very nice volunteers who would love to see you and your friends. Evan Theovalakis wants to see you at Indian Hill, and here's why.
Thanks, Barbara. We've got plenty of music here for you at Indian Hill this month of June, beginning with a faculty recital on Saturday, June 4th at 5 p.m., and that features string faculty member Alex Vavilov. He's a violist, and he's bringing some friends along to play some music of Brahms and Beethoven and Bach, and that's Saturday, June 4th at 5 p.m. here free at Indian Hill. The big event in June, our annual garden tour, will be coming up on Saturday, June 11th, beginning at 10 and running till 4 p.m., and that will be a tour of gardens in Harvard and Boxborough, Mass. Self-guided tour, Saturday, June 11. It's a wonderful event. There's music in the gardens, live music being performed by musicians here from Indian Hill. It's a fabulous day. And again, that's the garden tour, Saturday, June 11th in Harvard and Boxborough. Find out more at 486-9524 or indianhillmusic.org. The Box Lunch concert series continues, and our final concert will be Thursday, June 16 at 11 a.m. and 1:30 p.m., 2 shows. And this month it will be vocalist Mary Crow coming to sing some of her great torch songs and Broadway hits. So that's Thursday, June 16, the Box Lunch free concert. And that's the final one for the season, by the way. We also have an acoustic cafe, which is an open mic night for adults, and that's happening Friday, June 24th at 7 p.m. And you can find out, again, more, 486-9524 or online at indianhillmusic.org. You can still sign up for summer programs here at Indian Hill. There's programs for all ages and levels. We'd love to see you here this summer. And Orchestra of Indian Hill concerts are now on sale, subscriptions. Go online, indianhillmusic.org, to find out more about that season. So we'll see you soon. Bye.
Park and Rec has a full list of classes and programs they offer each month. This is really a busy office, and you should read the flyers. You may find something you have always wanted to do. Let's see, mine is to learn Italian. So let's hear from Chris, Connor, and Steve with an update of this month's programs.
Thanks, Barbara. Today with Park and Recs, we have our new sailing coordinator, Greg Pease, and our new head guard, Steve Hart.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk about the things that are going on with Park and Rec in the summer. And to start off, on July 21st, we have our Drive-In at the Beach. We've been doing that for the past 2 years, and we don't know the movie yet, but it's on July 21st, and it should be fun. We should know by middle of June, end of June.
It's a great time.
Yeah, it's a real good time, real fun. Well, we'll have concessions, there'll be a movie. It's good to bring the kids down. And then on August 19th, there'll be Littleton Palooza, which which we've had also the past 2 years. That's a really good time. Come down from 5 to 9. It's a luau theme, and just all day there are games. There's a dunk tank. There's food, dancing, everything. It's a real good time.
It's been getting bigger every year, so make sure to be there.
And also, we've gotten rid of Camp Prouty this year, but Super Tigers is now the new thing. It's part of Camp Tahadawon, but it's not really part because it's the camp for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders where they are going to do classroom things in the morning, like science, and then they'll pretty much be at the beach all afternoon with us, swimming, sailing, and it's definitely not your average day camp. And if you want to start talking about sailing for the summer.
Yes, thank you, Connor. As Connor mentioned, I'm Greg Pease. I'm the new sailing coordinator for the town of Littleton. Again, we've expanded our sailing program, and it's going off as smoothly as it always has. We have the same things as we did last year. Sailing camp, which is a week-long day camp where we take the kids sailing. We teach them concepts of sailing, and we have a lot of fun in the water. And on the last day, we might go for a hike or
regatta.
We have a sailing regatta out on Long Lake, which is always a lot of fun.
About the big regatta.
Yeah, and as always, during the weeks we have youth lessons, and we are always willing to have private lessons hour-long, which are always a good time for residents. And for those of you who are looking to either look for a new hobby, this is a great way to do it. Very hands-on, and we've had a lot of success, and we've heard a lot of great things. So please check it out.
And Steve,
Yep.
talk about this.
My name's Steve Hart. I'm the head lifeguard this year at Long Lake, and we've been real busy setting up all of our programs, getting our lifeguards ready, as well as our swim lessons. We have 3 sessions of swim lessons starting June 27th and running until August 8th for everyone from preschool all the way up through elementary school, all levels of swimming. We love helping the kids, get in the water, learn their strokes, get comfortable in there. We will be opening the lake part-time, weekends only, Memorial Day weekend, and then we will be opening, I want to say mid-June, I forget the date, but all of our information is available on the Park and Rec website as well as in the Recreation Office. I apologize about that.
I believe it's June 18th.
June 18th?
Is the opening of the beach full-time, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we'll be selling parking stickers for $55 for residents and $135 for non-residents for season-long parking down at Long Lake.
Yep.
And as always, there's boat rentals on the weekends and during the week if we're not using them. They have sailboats, canoes, kayaks, double kayaks. So another good thing to check out on the lake.
Definitely. All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Have a good summer.
Are you going on the Spirit of Boston or Martha's Vineyard trip with the Council on Aging and you have nothing to wear? Well, come into our friends' thrift shop and see what we have. We have the bargains and the right outfit. Donations come in every day, and so should you. Too many times we hear the same sad story. I saw the one I wanted yesterday. Sorry, folks, it's gone today. Try and buy. You try it on, you like it, you buy it. It may not be there tomorrow. Besides, the volunteers like the company and will gladly help you with your choice. It's a beautiful time to be out in the woods, Prouty Woods, that is, and here are Lynn and Annette to tell us what's going on at the New England Forestry Foundation. And I think they have something to say about the American chestnut tree. Hi, ladies.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm Lynn Lyford, Executive Director at New England Forestry Foundation. And with me here today is Annette Ermini. She's our marketing and communications manager, and Annette is going to give you details about a special event we have planned for Prouty Woods next month. Annette?
Yes, we have a very special event taking place next month, and that will take place on Thursday, June 9th, here at our Prouty Woods headquarters. And the focus is going to be on the history and restoration of the American chestnut tree. We'll have a very nice luncheon buffet, and we'll have a keynote speaker from the American Chestnut Foundation talking all about the history and the restoration efforts of this great American beautiful tree. In addition to that, we will have a tour of our American chestnut orchard, which is directly behind us. And all of that is for $20 per person. It's open to everybody. And we'll just need to have you RSVP to our office here by Monday, June 6th. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the history of the American chestnut tree. This tree was very popular at the early 1900s, and it was a tree that had about 4 billion of them throughout the country. What happened was an Asian fungus came over and caused a blight, an American chestnut blight, and it pretty much decimated the species. So there are very few of these trees remaining today, and that's why there's a restoration effort taking place, and we are part of a program with the American Chestnut Foundation. There are 300 orchards throughout the country as part of this program. We are one of them. And some plantings have also been made at the White House, the Smithsonian Institution, Mount Vernon, also the Arnold Arboretum, Sturbridge Village. Those are some other local locations. So behind us we have an orchard that was started in about 2004 with 165 trees. And all these trees that you see behind us were all planted with a single chestnut, just a very small tree. And now some of them are beyond 20 feet tall.
Annette, thank you very much. And let me just mention again those dates. It's June 9th, that's a Thursday, here at Prouty Woods. A luncheon which starts at noon and will run to about 2:30 if you take in the tour of the trees behind us. And if you'd like to come, please RSVP no later than June 6th. And you can do that by calling our office at 978-952-6856. I'm going to repeat that, 978-952-6856. Cost for the program is $20, and that includes a wonderful lunch. We hope to see you there. Thanks very much.
Remember our interview a couple years ago with Hazel Plummer, the town centenarian? Well, Hazel is going to celebrate her 103rd birthday in June, and we want to wish her a very, very happy birthday and many, many more. Now stay with us now for my interview with Rotarians Dick Anderson and Alan Bell. In the last few years, we have seen many nonprofit organizations go from very active to totally inactive, large to small. We had a Lions Club in Littleton, gone. A Women's Club, gone. An Arts League, gone. Possibly because of attendance and committal to programs and time. Maybe it's our jobs and the many family obligations, or less jobs and less money. It is hard to continue working for high-maintenance fundraisers, even if we believe in its cause. What fun we had when Lions Club made meatball subs at the Christmas Bazaar, or when we gave plays for the Women's Club's fundraisers. Art shows were every few months at the schools. There are a couple that continue to remain strong. One club that hasn't faltered is the Littleton Rotary, which began in 1972. The Rotarians have kept this organization alive and kicking. Its dedication to its causes is ongoing and growing. Today's guests are Dick Anderson, current president, and president-elect Alan Bell. I think the Rotary deserves a moment on this show to introduce our town to the many valuable programs this club has done and will do in the future. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
So tell me, what is a Rotary Club? And tell me more about the Littleton Club.
Go ahead. The Rotary Club is a service club. Started back in 1905 by Paul Harris and 3 of his friends, his business associates in Chicago. And they would have the meetings to talk about what's going on in business and what they could do to give back to their community at various of their offices. So they would rotate it around, and so therefore the name Rotary was inspired by that action. And so it's really about service above self. Began with business leaders who had the wherewithal and some stature and stamina in the community, getting together and seeing what they could do to help others. And it's continued to this day.
Okay, and so what about the Littleton?
So the Littleton Club is part of Rotary International. There are about 1.3 million members in Rotary International worldwide, made up in about 35,000 clubs scattered around the world. Almost every country has at least one Rotary Club. The Littleton Rotarians are not that different from other Rotarians scattered around the world. There are people, as Alan said, who come in and they want to do something for the community. They want to put service above self. They also subscribe to the Rotary ideals of honesty and integrity in business, and they want to promote world understanding. My personal reason for joining Rotary, it's a great opportunity to get involved in the community with people I know and do projects that benefit not only community, but also internationally.
Well, what type of professions do you have in the club?
We have a real range. We have school administrators, representatives of various city departments, the fire and chief, fire and police chief. We have entrepreneurs. We have Hot Dog, the Weenie Man, Ed's Weenies in our club. We have interior designers, financial advisors, a full range of professions are represented in our club, and many other clubs as well. And in 1989, Rotary went from an all-men business kind of service club to a club that invited women. And our club, we're happy to say, is about 50-50 split, men and women in the club. So it's a very nice mix of different representations and classifications.
Well, of course, we know that fundraisers are a big part of any club, actually, and your club. So give us an example of some of the types of fundraisers that you have.
Probably our main fundraiser out of the Littleton Club is the triathlon that we run. This will be, I believe, our 7th year running the triathlon. It's a half-mile swim, 10-mile bike, and 3-mile run. It's been oversubscribed ever since we started running it. Last year, I believe there were about 600 participants and about 300 guests, visitors, whatever, observing it. We also have the Thanksgiving breakfast, which raises money specifically for the schools. This year we ran the holiday bazaar and coordinated it with everybody else as a community service.
Good.
We have several programs that we do with the school. We have a 4-way speech contest where students can develop a speech and essay and earn scholarship money based on that, and then they can progress up through other Rotary clubs or Rotary District, which is a regional collection of clubs, and earn more scholarship money there. We had the dictionary project. It wasn't a fundraiser, but we gave dictionaries to all the students in the 3rd grade. Personally inscribed to each one, and in many cases it was the first dictionary they ever got.
Yeah.
We do a Young Leonardo Award again, with the school. We had the Candidates Night, which we ran just recently. We have the Rotary Youth Leadership Exchange. So we have a broad range of programs that we do. Some of them we raise funds in, and some of them we don't.
No, it does sound like you have many, many, many projects here, and you've been giving things to different countries too.
Sure.
In addition to our Appleman Triathlon that we've had for 7 years, this will be our 7th year, and we'll probably have 650 or 700 runners this time because it's been increasing each year. We also are developing right now a fundraiser for next early summer next June called the Apple Blossom Celebrity Fashion Event. And this is something we've been working on for a while. We're very excited about it, you know, somewhat inspired by the fashion shows that you've been doing here with the Council of Aging and so forth in town. And so we're looking to really make this a really fun event for us and maybe attract a different range of people and supporters than those that might be supporting the Apple Man. So we think it's a nice complement in terms of rounding out our fundraising activities. So those are some of the ways we raise money and some of the ways we spend money, particularly locally. In terms of internationally, we've had some projects that have been notable. One is a project in Uganda where we provided furniture and computers to a new university there out in the bush. We're very, very excited about this. It's been 2 or 3 years that we've been developing and supporting this. So that's one, but we also support something called the Shelter Box Program. And this is a program that designs containers, or these green plastic heavy-duty containers that basically contain tent and cooking materials and water and food and, you know, medical supplies to really carry a group of 10 people in a disaster setting for about 2 full weeks. And these cost $1,000 a box, and we have actually, I think we've spent for 2 boxes. I think we're on. I think we're just going for 4. We'll go for 2 more this year. Going for 2 more, so a total of 4, and these go into the Shelter Box program. So whenever there is a problem or some kind of a crisis in the world, the Shelter Box program can send one of these boxes or 10 of these boxes or 1,000 of these boxes, because various Rotary clubs around the world are donating to have this available. So this has been a really great program with Rotary. And another big one internationally is clearly the polio effort. Rotary has been dominant in its effort to try to eradicate polio around the world and has been very successful with that. I think we've only got 2 or 3 countries now where polio is still a problem, and they're in very, very low numbers. We're you know, down in the teens and hundreds as opposed to thousands and millions. But the other thing is that the Gates Foundation gave the Rotary Club a $100 million challenge grant a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
It's 350.
Altogether now. The first one was $100 million, and then they added another $250 million. So altogether, that really speaks to the kind of confidence that Bill Gates, who could give his money to any place in the world, teaming up with the Rotary to address a specific problem, kind of shows you kind of what Rotary is about and the kind of image Rotary has.
And that's done through the Rotary Foundation. And in addition to doing contributions here in the community, the Rotary clubs typically give money to the foundation. The Littleton Rotary Club does that and enables us to do programs like Alan talked about, Polio Plus being the largest one, but other programs with the shelter boxes, for example, or other direct grants to places that have, with natural disasters, be it Haiti, be it Japan, other places that have floods and so on and so forth. In addition to that, the Rotary Foundation will also fund projects to make a town or a community self-sufficient, things like helping them with a fish farm and bringing in the equipment to do the water purification to get a fish farm going, or just the water purification itself. We have little kits that we can give to folks in the community that don't require any power and yet will filter the water and help eliminate disease and so on.
How do you keep track of all of these projects? My goodness, the list is very, very long.
It's comprehensive.
Rotary.org has the complete list on it. And to be honest with you, even though I've been in Rotary approaching 30 years, I still have to go there to keep track of all of the programs that we do. And it's because of the confidence that we instill in large donors like the Gates Foundation, that we take very, very little, if any, money out of the fundraising to actually run the foundation.
Yeah, boy, you know, you're making me think about clubs that I've belonged to and how you would love to be able to raise funds for certain things, and often we worry over raising funds for one project, let alone all of these.
You know, I mean, lately, as you pointed out in the beginning of the program, with the economy the way it is and jobs and so on and so forth, fundraising has been difficult. On the other hand, I think that there is a large portion of the community that values giving, and they understand that by giving to other people, they're going to do, if it locally, you're going to make lives better, you make lives for children better, lives in the community better, and if it's internationally, it will help promote things like world peace. And that's one of the founding principles of Rotary, is also building communities, but also striving to encourage world peace. And so having these interchange programs. We have other programs that we have ambassadorial scholarship programs where we'll send a team of people to another country to learn all about their culture. We have cross-country programs where we will do exchanges with other districts or other clubs. One year we'll have 3 or 4 people go there, and next year they'll have 3 or 4 people come here. So we really try very hard to understand the different cultures and find ways to communicate with those cultures. Again, with the idea of trying to build a better relationship with people and make it easier for the disadvantaged, as well as, again, build world peace. That's why the UN has been so supportive of Rotary.
Well, I think I was surprised to hear about polio.
Oh.
I didn't realize that you were, really involved in that sort of thing. Did that start because of many years ago, someone just decided to do this for a family, or?
I really believe, to be honest with you, I don't remember exactly when it started. I know it's been around for a long period of time. And I believe it was driven by some people who saw the impact, not necessarily on members of their direct family, but saw the impact on others. And the Rotary organization has kind of picked it up as a theme. And again, with the support of the Gates Foundation, for example, there are only 4 countries right now that we're dealing with having very low levels of polio: Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, and Nigeria. And we've been very successful in wiping it out. We came very close about 4 years ago to totally wiping it out. And that's the kind of projects that Rotary traditionally values, because it's helping people, it's helping children, and creating a better life for people on the earth.
Well, what are your meetings like?
Meetings, great. We meet Wednesday mornings at 1 Monarch Drive at Cafe Monarch, which is in the back of the building complex there at 1 Monarch Drive. And we meet from 7:15 to 8:30. We're out of there at 8:30 because we all have businesses and professions and things we have to get to. We have a nice breakfast, and we have a number of business items we'll cover. Dick will lead us through that very capably, and then we have a speaker usually or 2 in each meeting. So it makes the meetings very interesting, and we also have there's a brief time in there for sharing some good things and some issues that people have just personally, sort of from the heart, and it makes for a very interesting meeting. So we're always looking for speakers. It's an opportunity to find out more about different things going on in the community. I think you've come and talked to us one time, at least once in the past year.
Well, actually, I came to visit.
Came to visit.
Came
okay.
to visit,
right.
yeah,
okay.
and see
well,
what it was like, because I felt, I have a friend who wanted to show me what the Rotary did and would I be interested in it and everything, and I thought it was quite interesting, and I'm thinking how a president of that club takes over and moves on with all that you have to do. I think it's great, but and I'm looking at this in the morning, very early in the morning, and that you get so much done, and you have a speaker on top of it. You don't have anybody yawning or like bringing their pillow.
We have coffee. We have strong coffee.
Lots of coffee.
Yeah, and
they don't come in their jammies.
They do a nice job. We have a nice little breakfast actually, and we also have fun. I mean, I think we do all of this, but the spirit is upbeat and fun, and there's a lot of camaraderie and kind of social networking. We really enjoy that.
It is, and it's in part because we've worked together on lots of projects together and seen the successes of the projects, be it the triathlon or the pancake breakfast or whatever else we do, around in the community.
Do you find it hard to get volunteers to help you?
You know what? We have over 50 volunteers that we've developed over the years to come and help with the Appleman Triathlon.
Oh,
and,
good.
So a lot of those people will come back again because it's fun to do.
Yeah.
And various ages, maybe 15, 16 and up.
Oh, good.
And we really appreciate that, and we need more volunteers this year as well. So people can go to the website that we have, the Rotary. If you Google Littleton Rotary Club MA from Massachusetts, you'll see our website in there. You can actually click on if you're interested in volunteering for the triathlon. But you can also, there's a nice website, you can also go and click on whether or not you'd like to be a member. You can go to our membership chair and just, email it to her directly, or whatever you might be interested in. It's a nice way to kind of connect with the club, gives more information about it and so forth. And we're always looking for volunteers for various things. So people feel free to access the website and connect with us and come to a meeting and possibly consider joining as a member and volunteering. There's all kinds of ways to be involved with the Rotary, and we welcome them all.
Yeah, this it sounds like it's easy enough to get a hold of somebody, and and yes, look for volunteers that could help for the triathlon.
We need about 100 volunteers for the triathlon, and Alan said we got 50 regulars, so we could use another 50 more.
Well,
it's great fun.
Well, it sounds like it would be fun, and also for young people who, are interested in all of the things that you're doing and things during the triathlon, because teenagers are going to be interested in watching the bikers and the runners and everything and the swimmers. And so, since you can volunteer as a teenager and as a elder, then
we're all in that category.
So it seems like you have a good range of age that you need. You don't have to settle for, 60 and up or whatever.
There are a couple of other things I don't think we mentioned yet, and that is specific youth-oriented Rotary-related programs, as the Interact Club. Did we? I don't think we mentioned that. That happens in the high school.
Okay.
And we have a number of students who are involved in Rotary-related projects through the Interact Club. We also have the Rotary Leadership, Rotary Youth Leadership Association?
Yep.
Yeah. And that provides a 2 to 3 day workshop off-site where folks will go and they'll be selected for this. They sort of, try out for it and, sort of get interviewed. And if they're selected, they go off to that. And I think we've sponsored 6 or 8 folks to go to that over the last few years. And so that's another thing. And the kids
we have 6 going this year. We have 6 going this year.
The kids come back from that and say things like life-changing, transformative for them. So it's a good program, good, strong program. But just wanted to mention that we do have some specific youth-oriented things that Rotary is sponsoring and right here in Littleton.
Well, you look like you have your work cut out for you.
Well, I tell you, to try to follow in his footsteps is going to be quite a challenge. And he's been a great leader this year.
Thank you.
A very strong leader. And I'm just honored to have the opportunity to see if I can carry on.
Yeah. So
Rotary structures itself so that there is a continuity going forward. And it knows, it's been through this for 100 years, over 100 years. And so the club is set up to really have a succession program in place. So while there's a lot of things I wind up having to do, Alan's just standing by ready to pick them up because he knows about all of those pieces. And so it's a smooth transition, and I think that helps carry on a Rotary Club because it has the affiliation with National. All the programs are in place to be able to make that transition.
Well, I think that people should at least come to a meeting, see if they'd like to belong. You all were quite friendly when I came for a visit. So it looked interesting, and if I find that I have the time or something.
Love to have you. The schedule is posted on the website. You can find out who's actually doing the speaking. We would invite any of the small business owners in town to come down and be the speaker, and all you really need to do is get up and tell us about your business so that we can learn about the business, what it does, typical customers, and so on and so forth. And you never can tell. You might get a few more folks showing up.
Well, that's good. And you're not... Are you looking for any specific kind of speakers other than,
We're really open on speakers who have an interesting topic. Many times organizations that we contribute to will come and talk to us and tell us more about the organization, more about what they can accomplish. We just had a presentation from the Life is Good Foundation coming in and talking about what the purpose of the foundation is and how they do it, and then in return asking for a donation. Businesses in town are great because we just don't know every business in town. I think there's several hundred of them.
Right.
And be it a professional, somebody who's professional, is the sole proprietor, up to a business business that's got 50 or 60 people. It's, the Rotary Club members, are interested in what's going on in the community and interested in other ways that they can help not only the community but also the other pieces that we talked about with Rotary. So anybody who has a topic around that area we're very interested in talking about. And as Alan said, the program chair is listed on the website. If you just Google Littleton MA Rotary, it'll take you right to that page.
Good.
And you can click on it and say, I'd like to come talk.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank you both for being here on the show.
Thank you, Barbara.
And we'll look for you at the road race. Are you running or?
No chance. And we want to thank you also for all that you do for the community, because you're a real asset to this town. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
thank
Barbara.
you. Thank you very much.
Right.
And please look for us again next month when we have some surprises. And in the meantime, don't forget to hug a senior. Right now, let's go to Gail Dalton and hear what she has to say about what's going on at the diner.
And we'll also have a tour of our nice orchard here. The, yeah, sorry.
Is that one okay?
It's okay. You're really having trouble with the names today. You call up Tina Tuna. Go see Tuna.
Special event that we have planned next month here at our Prouty Woods headquarters.
We may have to do that whole thing over.
Perfect! Yay! Yes! Oh, sorry. We did it!
Do you think that now that Oprah doesn't have her show, someone will be watching ours?